It's almost impressive just how crazy this Medius support has been. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more content. I guess I should have not been surprised to see Medius the Pure vacating the building here. First of all, $150 on the Starlight. That's about where we've been. Then you come on down here. Oh, 7 listings for the Duad at $38 to $40. Sure. But this is where the real fun begins. Your lowest rarity version of anything Medius related is actually going to be about $28 a copy. This is about a $9 upwards increase from our former price. And I just see that somebody bought $35 Europrint copies just to have this. Am I surprised about this? No. And honestly, nor should you be. Producing those new support cards for this archetype, or for the 3 archetypes involved, was a great addition. I've already seen people cooking up incredibly powerful combo lines for this. Honestly, Medius the Pure is just kind of one of the enablers that kind of came out of this, looking to have an opportunity to kind of play. So I am not surprised, and nor should you be. This one, however, we had 150 copies of this on the market yesterday. Do I need to say any more? The super rare has been punched in the kidneys, taken out back, ran over a couple times, and we have just come back to, I love the 19 cents with $3 shipping. Yes, peak profit. This is a wild time. Let me tell you what's really funny though. You don't have to pick up the super. You do not have to be falling for that craziness, because we have a rare. Your rare, 10 cents, baby. We are looking so good on this. So if you're like, if you're sitting here and you're sweating, you're like, oh my gosh, I missed out on Pendulum. No, you didn't. You missed out on a shiny version. Pfft, the rare does the exact same thing for you, just less shiny. Somebody brought up the fact of, wanting to have Duelist Alliance. So if there, what is it, there's a card in your Pendulum zone, you can add a Pendulum monster or a Pendulum Spell and Trap card from your deck to your hand. You only activate one of these per turn. This does, in fact, say Pendulum in the name, but it kind of feels like that this might be a, I may be played as like a one-of copy. Still, the problem is like, you still have to kick something into the Spell and Trap card zone. These are currently about a whole $1. I cannot really imagine that we're going to be seeing a lot of BS and a lot of craziness with this. At least I think that we are a little bit safe on this front. So I'll take that, honestly. That's not one of those terrible scenarios that's looking too bad. This one has been very interesting the last couple of days. So please take note of the amount of Verte Anacondas that are on the market and kind of take a look through your price points here. Because you're looking at $5 to $6 a copy of Verte Anaconda. There's been a lot of discussion from the community. Can Verte actually come back? If Verte does come back, does it really change the game in a negative direction? And I really don't think so. Verte has been one of those cards that we have. I mean, it still runs around a Master Duel, but I mean, like, are you really going to play the Fusion Destiny? Are you really going to play the Dasher and the other, bad cards? Are you going to play the, the Red Ice Fusion to make the Dark Dragoon on the inboard? Does playing the Verte Anaconda matter? Now, I mean, I think the Verte does matter with the Predaplant stuff. I'm not going to argue that. He actually can see play in the deck that he's supposed to see playing, and that's fine. It's just, if you're looking at this card and you're like, hey, this is spiking up, what's going on? I mean, look at your data here. It's not been crazy, but if you really think this is going to come back, sure. I mean, good thing it does have a reprint. And probably the ugliest rarity you can get, but they're $1 to $2. So, do with that data what you want. Lordly Loads. This caught me by off guard. First of all, you have 19 listings of the 2025 Mega Pack on the market. Excuse me? What did I miss with this one? Why? Well, let's check the refresh here. Any more? Okay, we've had 2 more come through here, and somebody's undercutting. So, still like a $17 card. You come back here, Starlights also, or excuse me, QCRs. Same thing. You're looking at 82s with a German listing at $80. Looks like we have 36 listings. It's crazy to me that you have 36 listings on the Rage. We have 39 on the Battles. And then you come down here to the 10, and the 10 one is just shifting around at low rates. I don't know, man. I'm more impressed that this card is experiencing, pickups. Banishment of the Darklords. So if you have been paying attention to anything Dark Lord related, we got some fun little stuff coming out here. It makes the deck a little bit more competitive. I mean, you're still shifting up from like the lower end of the tiers up to the higher versions. Looks like still this is a $5 card. You do see a pretty big boundary here when we cross over from this, and you barely have 3 or 2 playsets available before that $9 drop. So good news though. Once again, I mean, you do have the Ultra version of this you can get. Oh, I didn't even notice that. The Ultras are also in the same state. Oh, that's even worse. RIP. Well, these are $5 a piece. Well, says add a Darklord card from your deck to your hand. It's bound to be good. Grand Turd. I did not think anybody was still looking at this, but I guess it makes sense because 2014, we did play this back in 2014, right? Like, I'm not. Maybe I have my timelines a little bit mixed up, but I do remember Grandsoil, one of these older formats, was a little bit of an annoying guy. See, we're still gathering tournament data, but you have 26 listings for this. But when you shift down here, you have had, just in the last day or so, a lot of these unlim copies have been moving. On January 1st, you did have some move at $5 for the first eds, but this is just a weird one. Shouldn't be seeing Grandsoil moving. Good news though, you can get the flood versions for 7 cents with shipping on top of it. So I mean, I guess, right? Visus, the synchro, the good one, the tuner plus a light monster to make. Doesn't say non-tuner, so you can, do the funny things into this. These are still coming in about $3 to $4 a copy, which is actually not too terrible. Dragon Link stuff. If you've not been paying attention to dragons, you know that we have new support coming here. And it's kind of crazy to think that people aren't believing in this deck for whatever reason. This is kind of like a little last minute warning to you. It's like, hey, if you're wanting to pick up some of this stuff, boot sectors are already $5-ish a copy, which isn't terrible. Your sales data on this pretty much backs up the same thing here, $3, $4 a piece, with little inconsistent sales. We've also got Quick Launch, which has been pushing up. Quick Launch does make sense to be seeing a rise up in value because, I mean, it is just a good $7 card, honestly. So we will have to wait and see where the Dragon Link stuff goes, but it's time to keep an eye on that. Crowley, the Gifted Magistus. We have Spenta coming. I'm excited to see how Spenta is going to change up, this deck's ability to play the game. People want, slightly more consistency options available to it, and I think they're going to get that. It's just, I hope that you have some sort of toolbox end board piece that you kind of want to generate on towards, because if not, you're going to be left in a really weird position, I guess. I don't know. Crowley is a cool card. You can make Kaliga on your end board, and you can feel really special about having that little floodgate up and running, I suppose. And then, of course, Ojama King. Really? There is one listing of Ojama King on the market for first ed near mint, and it is a whole whopping $70 a copy, which is kind of crazy to think about. Somebody should get this PSA graded, and then, we see it suddenly show back up on the market for way more, but I digress. So please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I will see your beautiful faces back here Monday, guys. Patrons! Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.